Independent film studio Summit Entertainment has got quite a gem on their hands, and its name is the Twilight series. The first movie quickly became a blockbuster box office hit in 2008, despite early concerns that the book series' rabid fan following wouldn't translate to ticket sales. The second, New Moon, has grossed over $481 million worldwide since its premiere on November 20th. With the enormous success of the Twilight books and films, we decided to look into how the movies are affecting everyday people. One family invited us into their home so they could show us firsthand how the movies have changed their lives.
When I first read Twilight, it changed my life. I started reading the first one, couldn't wait for the next to come out. I kept rereading and rereading them over and over again. But after a while, I realized it wasn't just a reading craze. I had to make a whole lifestyle change. When I made the transition into becoming a vampire, I had to come up with so many things to do. First, I started reverse tanning but in shadows. Now, to make myself really look legit, I put on some makeup and messed up my hair with some hair grease. I really like putting it on because it makes me look like a vampire, but there are a few problems. Whenever I put the makeup on, I'm allergic to it, so then I start breaking out. Then when I put the hair grease in, I start breaking out even more. Now that I do that, I pretty much just break out all the time, so I look like Count Zitula. But I look really cool doing it. After I became a vampire, I had to play the part. So I started hiding behind objects so that people couldn't see me, in very public places so that many people walked by. So here's what I did. After I hid behind them, I started jumping at them to try and scare them and make them run away. That way I didn't feel like I had to bite people, because blood makes me scared.
I mean, I didn't really want to read the books or see the movies, but let's be honest, who didn't read the books or see the movies? So I saw it and I read the books, but since then I can't really calm down. I'm always really worked up and, looking into dark corners and stuff, it's like, whoa, what's behind me? Hey. So it's just kind of been really uncomfortable since I've seen the movies. So one day I went over to my friend's house, whose little brother coincidentally is very into the books, and I was just walking downstairs. Little guy just jumps out at me. He's wearing makeup and black. I freaked out, he was so broken out. Needless to say, I don't go over there anymore ever since he started stalking me, or as he calls it, twilighting. And if I go out, I'm basically still afraid though, no matter where I go, because if it's not him, it's just another little freak that's obsessed with those movies.
Weird. He jumps out at people all the time, scares them half to death. Never gets a suntan anymore, just pale, puts on a lot of baby powder. Just into red things, just like melted red crayons and cherry juice, and love to hang out at grocery store and look at the raw meat. And always stalking people, stalking my daughter, my wife, me. I can't even go to the bathroom without him jumping out. Just, scaring me half to death. My mother used to do that to me. I just, it just does something to me. I can't stand it anymore. So, it's really disrupted our family life, and I just wish somebody would make it stop. It just really, it's given me a nervous condition, twitches, cold sweats, numb lips, dead hands. What happened to my little boy? He just looks like that freaky kid that floated by the window in Salem's Lot. That movie freaked me out too. So, what can I say?
I don't know, ever since my little brother started getting into Twilight, it's been really weird coming home. I mean, I live pretty close. I live about 5 minutes away, and I used to come home all the time. And then he started jumping out at me more frequently. Just, I don't know, I'd be walking downstairs to get something, and he'd just be like, blah, and he's got all this makeup on, this white makeup and this red lipstick, and I don't know, I think it's mine, I don't know. I think he took it from my room. I don't care, I don't want it back. It makes him break out pretty badly. And his hair is all greasy, and I don't want to tell him that he looks like just some creepy old guy from the 40s and not much like a vampire, but I don't know. I don't really want to mess with an already fragile mind, so I just kind of stay home. It's really kind of tearing my parents apart though, because I don't know, it scares my dad, but my mom's there protecting him, and it's weird. Maybe I'm thinking he'll probably just disappear at some point and, you know, run into the woods or get institutionalized or something, but I'm not going to try and stop it because I don't want to get hurt, because I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. And I definitely keep my friends away from him now too, because every time they come over, if they look, I mean, if they're female, if they look remotely like Bella, he follows them around and twilights them and starts calling them Bella. It gets into a weird area.
I didn't really know what to be more afraid of, this little boy that was dressed like a vampire or this little boy that was basically in drag.
After everyone left me, I started going into the bathroom and scaring myself. Really exhilarating. I felt in control of my own scaredness. When Twilight first came out, it was a life-changing experience. Before, I just didn't know how to live. Twilight really changed me.
We hope that after viewing this documentary, you take a different view on the Twilight books and movies, and before showing them to your children, know the effects that they may possibly have on them. This was not something that I would wish on anyone.